Hi, this is Lisa Knight, and I wanted to give you an introduction and a welcome to our course. Welcome to Physics 151. This is the first semester of college algebra-based physics. It does meet the articulation agreement, so if you take this, it will transfer to one of the UNC schools in North Carolina as the first semester or mechanics of physics, algebra-based. So a lot of the people that take this class are taking it as a prerequisite for a program they're trying to get into, or as a requirement for a program they are already in. And most of the time, it's either like a 2-year technical degree that will transfer, or it is to get into maybe they want to be a doctor or a dentist or a physical therapist or something like that, and or they're in a program, some biology based biology based program that they are currently in, and that's a requirement for them. It generally is not for a 4-year engineering degree. That is another course that is calculus based. Basically, when you open up your course, you will see that it's pretty well organized. This semester is divided up into 8 modules, 8 2-week modules. There's a welcome. There's a section for announcements where I will be providing weekly announcements, providing feedback, reminders, etc. There's a forum where you can post questions about the material, or if you can't find something, it's a good place to put that. But if you have questions about your own grade or something, you will need to contact me via my Brunswick email or my Google Voice number, which I prefer you to use. Our virtual office hours will be on Fridays from 10 to 11, and I encourage you to come. And then we have a link to Smart Thinking Online Tutoring, which is free for you to use. I would like to just tell you a little bit about myself. I live in Sanford, North Carolina. I've been teaching for 28 years. I started out high school, taught AP Physics and every other science in high school for 5 years, and then I transitioned to Central Carolina Community College. I've been there for 22 years in Sanford, and I've taught physics during that time, and now I'm also an instructional designer, so I work on developing or helping instructors develop and teach their online courses. I also continue to teach physics. I taught here at Brunswick for 16 years as a part-time employee. So I am truly a distance adjunct, just like many of you are taking this course from other locations, not anywhere near Brunswick County in North Carolina. So in terms of getting in touch with me, I really prefer for you to get in touch with me via my Google Text number in the syllabus and in the orientation. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to complete the Getting Started section. So this gives you all the information. It's got the welcome video that you're watching right now and the syllabus. And it has the orientation, which is a book which has several pages on it that you will go through. So you'll just page through these. And then it also has a link for you to register for WebAssign and to register for Pivot Interactives. And these will be the 2 publisher-based materials that we will use for homework and for labs. And you'll need to go to the bookstore to get the access codes emailed to you. And then finally, you have 2 assignments. I would like you to introduce yourself. Tell me where you are, what your home school is, whether you're a community college student or a university student, what you're pursuing. Love to see an image of something that's important to you or of you. And this is going to allow me to group you guys into groups of similar backgrounds and interests throughout the semester. And then finally, the most important thing is that you utilize the syllabus to take the enrollment assignment quiz. And what this will do is it will officially enroll you in the course. And you need to get it done by on or before the 21st of August. And basically, it's just going to allow you to verify that you have read all of the course policies and that you, if you've had questions, you've asked them of me, and that you agree to adhere by the course policies and expectations. You have 8 modules, and when you look at these modules, we'll start here with Module 2. This is very typical. You'll see there's 2 due dates. So each module has 3 assignments that are graded. And in the description, I have given you the link to the chapter that we're covering that I expect you to read. I have given you a link to a playlist of lecture videos and listed the videos that I expect you to watch. And I may have some review of practice games available in the module for you. And I also have a lab instruction video, which goes over the best way to collect data and the expectations for this particular lab. And so it's really important for you to really go through all of these resources as you prepare for your assignments. And for example, in Module 2, you're going to have a worksheet to do. You're going to have a form to participate in and the lab grade. So every form has 3 grades. Homework will either be a worksheet or a web assignment. You'll have 4 of each of those. And if it's a worksheet, I expect you to show all your work. I expect you to round your answers to 3 significant digits. And I expect you to have answers that are in either meters, seconds, kilograms, or combinations of those. So those are the standard units that we use. So no inches, no feet, no centimeters, no grams. You know, we want everything in newtons and kilograms and meters and seconds, like that. So you'll need to make sure you do those conversions. In this particular module, I have some practice games. These aren't graded. They're just for you to review some of the basic concepts that can be kind of confusing. And then this particular forum is a forum that allows you to share your results of your lab. So in this particular case, you have previously in Module 1 completed the Using Graphs to Analyze data lesson, which you just get a grade for participating and completing it of 100. And this lesson is to prepare you for doing data analysis. And Lab 2 is to prepare you for, looking at motion graphs. So you are going to have to complete your Lab 2 by the first due date on the module, which is, in this case, September 5th. And then you will make an introductory post where you summarize that information. You just follow the directions. And then I want you to, after that initial post date, or after you have made your initial post, I would like you to reply to at least 2 classmates. So this is a whole class discussion. You're not in groups. And you're going to reply to 2 classmates by really using your data to compare it to their data. So no like general statements like, oh, you did a great job, it looks just like mine. I need to see what your data said and what their data said. So we want to use data that we've collected in lab. And this will allow me to identify if people aren't getting it or if they're having problems with their lab. So at the end of this initial due date, this first week of the module, I will take a look at your posts and I will see if you need to maybe have an opportunity to redo that lab. And I will make comments in the lab and pivot and allow you to redo that so that I want you to make 100 on it. I don't want you to fail it. I want you to do well on it. The rubric is always provided, and I'm looking for 3 posts on 3 different days. So that means that if you post on 9/5, then you need to post on 2 other days like 9/7 and 9/8 in order to get full credit. You also have your worksheet, and it's linked there for you. I've got a general rubric that I use. And this will allow you to, demonstrate to me that you understand your work. Now, I realize there's sources out there that you can use to help you find solutions. I want to warn you that I change the worksheet every semester. So there'll be slight changes or significant changes depending on what I felt like that semester. So don't just go to a source and get a solution set because it will probably not be exactly right, and I will catch it, and it will not go over well for you in your grade. There will also be a list of module resources, and a lot of times there'll be extra resources that are really there to help you do specific problems on the homework worksheet. And then finally, you have an extra credit reflection, which literally all you're going to do is write 3 to 4 sentences just telling you how you're doing, if you need any help or whatever, and you earn a point towards your final exam grade. The exam is 50 points. So if you do the first reflection, you now have 51 out of 50, assuming you make 100, and that would be 102. So it's really going to translate to 2 percentage points per reflection, and there's 8 of them. So you could make up to 116% on your test by simply doing the reflection by the end of the module. I would like to say that there are other types of discussions, and those are group discussions. And a lot of times those group discussions they provide you with a sample list of problems, very similar to the problems on your worksheet, that you can do, and that will allow you to kind of practice those problems, and you'll be doing those in small groups. So a group will be assigned 2 of the problems on the practice problem sheet, and those are going to be very similar to the problems in the homework worksheet. And basically, that's kind of the gist of most of the modules. A couple of the modules only have one due date because I realized it's either at the beginning or the end of the semester. It's kind of crazy to expect you to post on 2 separate due dates, but I'm still looking for that 3 date rule is what I'm looking for. 3 dates that you have entered and participated in the discussion. And I also would like to remind you that you do have a final exam, and that final exam will be online via Moodle, but all the modules will be closed. And so the last module is actually a review module, and so you can go ahead and look at that if you want to. Many of you, as you move forward, will say, is there a formula sheet? Yes, there is. It's provided to you in the exam review, so you can download this formula sheet. This is the formula sheet I use all semester. So you go ahead and download it, get it, start using it. You make notes on it, whatever. And I would like to mention to you the attendance for this policy and the attendance policy and the late work policy. So finally, attendance is you need to attend 80% of class, and that means that we have 3 assignments. So you need to complete 80% of those, or 2 of those each module, in order to be counted present. So I will count you present for the due date for that module if you completed 2 of the 3 assignments. If you miss more than 2 modules, then you are severely at risk of not doing well. So if you find yourself in a situation where you just can't get your work turned in on time, you need to email me within 24 hours. But here's the problem. This class builds on itself. It is not a good idea to wait till the last minute to do work. I know you're busy. I do. I have gone to school and gotten a second master's degree while I was working full-time, and I know how hard it is. And I also have been teaching the community college system for a very long time. I know the challenges you guys have. But it is important for you to plan time to work throughout the 2-week module so that you don't wait till the last minute, because this is no joke, guys. Physics is no joke. It's math and it's science. You got to understand the concepts and the science, and you got to be able to do the math. And you got to be able to know which concept needs what kind of math. So it's really bridging a lot of ideas and a lot of concepts together. And it's really a synthesis class. And so you really are learning how to think a certain way, learning how to problem solve and attack problems in a certain way, and it builds on itself. So if you get behind in module 1 and module 2, you have missed a train. You are running behind that train, and it's going 80 miles an hour. So let's not get too far behind. Let's realize that I will consider your situation as long as you let me know within 24 hours and try to find a solution for you. But if it becomes something that happens every module, then we're really going to have a discussion about maybe what the best choices and solutions are for you through the rest of the semester. I am really excited to work with you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful semester.